Hello, hello, hello. What's going on? Awesome course architects and party peeps. It's Dr. Sonia here with Jump First, and today's topic is why I don't optimize for results. It's going to sound backwards, at least contrary to what a lot of people talk about, a lot of influencers, gurus, the advice that they give online these days. However, as you know, if you are not new here, then you already know I bring these abstract concepts. A lot of times they go against mainstream advice, and I'm cool with that. There's a different way to look at things, right? And people talk about it being logical or illogical. My whole thing is just a different way, okay? And in my opinion, it's worked for me. And so I like to give these tips and advice based on my experiences so that you can avoid some of the mistakes that I made, save yourself time, money, energy. If you don't know what I do here, again, my name is Dr. Sonia. I talk all things premium courses, whether they be online or face-to-face, how to take your knowledge, wisdom, life experiences, package them into the format of online courses, face-to-face courses, luxury coaching and mentorship, brands and programs, so you can get your message out to the world, because you're not supposed to stay what? You are not supposed to stay local. You're supposed to be global. So I'm going to try to bring this in just a couple of minutes, and I'll go deeper. I'll tell you where we can go deeper and really get to the nitty gritty on exactly how to do this. So I do not optimize for results. I stopped doing this a little while ago when I started noticing that results really depend on work ethic, right? And I can't, one of the main reasons I don't optimize my courses and programs for results per se is because I cannot guarantee the work ethic of any of my clients and students who come through my programs, all right? You know that little disclaimer on many courses and programs and products and services that we buy today? If you're doing it the right way, the disclaimer is results are not guaranteed. Okay? The reason results are not guaranteed is exactly that. You cannot with certainty determine the work ethic of anyone else. And to be honest, here's the thing that I like to take into consideration more than results is going to be the outcome. I can control the outcomes of my course, or the intended outcomes of my courses and programs, right? So you are responsible, pro tip, you're responsible for your course outcomes, your program outcomes, but you are not necessarily responsible for results. Now, here's the other thing about this. Optimizing for results over features, okay, is important. However, this is not, again, I don't optimize for results. I'll tell you what I optimize for in a second. But I do take into consideration, and it is important, I guess, to put here that you can optimize and should optimize for results over features. And what I mean by features, there's a difference between features and benefits, right? Oftentimes you're talking about the benefits of a program, a product, or service over its features. And what I mean by that, especially when it comes to courses, instead of talking about how many modules there are in your courses, how many lessons you're going to offer, how long it's going to take somebody to go through, right? Or the length of your program or course, talking about how many times you're going to meet, right? How many times we're going to do coaching sessions. I appreciate the likes. I appreciate y'all and the love on this morning. Thank you. Instead of talking about those things, you want to instead, if you're going to optimize for results, you're going to talk about the benefits, okay, of why somebody is coming into the program in the first place. But I go a little deeper than that. And this optimizing for the thing that I optimize is going to significantly increase your sales. It's going to make your premium customers and clients feel good, okay, which is an important part of the process, but also it's going to help them get to their next level. I optimize for transformation. Okay. And let's not water down the word. Like, a lot of people are watered down the word courses and authenticity and transparency. Those words are still important. And if you know the definitions of the words, okay, that's why they're important. I optimize for transformation over results. Results are, hey, this is a specified outcome. This was, the goal we intended to hit, and so we hit it. Transformation, on the other hand, really occurs at foundational levels. Okay. So it's somebody changing. You can have your course, your program, your life experiences, I say this all the time, have the ability and the power to change somebody else's life forever. And we're talking about at the foundational level, right? Like, so in changing somebody else's life, you have empowered their legacy, right? You have empowered somebody else and somebody else. I talk about this so often, how courses are a ripple effect, especially when they're done right. And so you want to take the time really to optimize for what is the transformation that you're helping people get. This is going to make people feel good, make people connect with your authenticity, your transparency, efficiency, okay? All of those things versus, and it increases the sales, of course, right? When you optimize for transformation, you're increasing your sales. Like, that's a byproduct of you just showing up authentically, you showing up transparently, okay? In those ways. Again, let's not like take the watered down definition or version of those words. Let's take them for what it is that they are. Optimizing for transformation is going to attract a different type of client. Now, going back to what I said in the beginning, I want to really like put this here in like as a point, okay? I need you to really get this. We're not optimizing for results. We are optimizing for outcomes and transformation, okay? So you're responsible for your results. Excuse me, you're responsible for the outcomes of your course, not your student results. Diana, one of my students and clients, her case study is on this channel, okay? She was one of my first mentees to come through my program, got amazing results. She had her first $5,000 within about 6 weeks, but she will openly say in that case study, she says, listen, when I went through the program the first time, I did not follow the steps. She's like, I'm gonna be honest. I skipped some of the steps because I thought I already knew certain things. And so I had to go back. And because she didn't get the results, right, that she wanted. This is why I say you cannot optimize. I don't optimize for results. I optimize for transformation. And so you're going to talk about the transformation in the beginning, right, of the sales process. You talk about the transformation when your students and clients are inside of your programs. You consistently talk about transformation. And so we kept talking about transformation. Diana heard it. She went back. She said, let me just do this program step by step, exactly as it's laid out. She got the results. Okay, so her first $5,000, and this was like, again, at the beginning of my journey in starting this. She was one of my first clients and students in my first full cohort of students. Remember, I launched my course, had 2 students, taught that class, and then the very next class I had a full cohort of students. My class was full. I had a wait list, all those things. And so persevere, keep going, all right? But also, the other lesson here is optimize for transformation. So me optimizing for transformation, consistently talking about the transformation, not just the results that they were going to get, not just the outcomes that they were going to get, right? But that transformation that led Diana to go back and go, okay, let me really take a look at this and actually go step by step. This is another reason why you cannot optimize always for results, because although you can assume how your clients and students will flow through your programs and courses, pro tip, teach it live, because you'll have a better knowing of what that looks like for real. But you can assume how they're going to flow through, but you cannot optimize for results because everybody's work ethic is different. Okay. And so there's that. If you want to go deeper, I wish I had much more time to really break down each one of these concepts. But I got to jump into some meetings. Okay. And I want to make sure that these give you the information that you need, but also like the execution is on the other side. Okay, so jumpfirstacademy.org in order to get the execution part, get the implementation part. It is a free training, takes less than 30 minutes over at jumpfirstacademy.org. There are implementation resources, both free and paid. I always say paid helps you go faster because it has helped me go faster. It's helped my clients, my mentees, and my students go faster as well. But it's totally up to you. Okay, so there are resources over there that are going to help move you forward regardless, whether you choose the free path or the paid path. So get started at jumpfirstacademy.org. Also, if you want to learn more about the principles, these principles that are they're the business principles, but also the personal principles, the foundational stuff that really causes transformation, the things behind the strategy, behind the methodologies that I teach. Okay, if you want to learn more about that, jump into the Sacred CEO Elevation Experience. It's kicking off this Sunday. I dropped the link in the description so that you can join us and get started. There are 2 options. There's general admission as well as VIP. Again, you choose your pathway to success. I'm just here to present the resources. Know that I appreciate you. I love you, whether you spent 30 seconds here or 3 minutes, okay, or the past, I don't know how long we've been on, 7 minutes. Know that I appreciate you and I love you so much. Good morning, Rick. For James, what's going on? It's good to see you on. I appreciate that. Good morning. I appreciate all the positivity. If you are new here and you haven't hit the subscribe button, what are you waiting for? Come hang out live, but also grab these gems, okay? Hit that subscribe button, like button, bell notification so you know when new episodes like this drop. And we can hang out. If you are returning, welcome back. As always, I'm sending all of you all much love. Have an amazing day, and I'll see you back here tomorrow. Bye, y'all.